Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially ready. My latest product, the Smart Hankey. This is like the Impossible Hank on steroids. So Mr. Hankey can't play baseball anymore. Just kidding. It has two movements, left, right, forwards, and backwards. And it has lots of really cool features. It's magnetic from the side, so you can put it on your shoulder like you see me do with the Impossible Hank. It's magnetic on the side, and also it's magnetic on the bottom, so it can sit, like you can sit it on a swing or a chair or something like that. It has a little small remote that has 4 buttons or 5 buttons. So this can have up to 5 programs, and it's completely rechargeable, and the battery will last 50 shows. If you have like a 1-minute performance or 2 minutes, you could do 50 shows before you ever have to recharge it. And unlike the Impossible Hanky, because the Impossible Hanky, you push the button, you can actually grab it, and you can do the same thing with this. You can grab the unit to start the program. You can also pause it by just pushing the button. And what's cool about this is it used to be you had to wait till a program plays back, and then a second program you made could play back. Well, I've changed that. So even during the program playback, let's start that program again. That is the middle button, which I call the main program. Okay, I didn't get all the way through, so it was paused. Okay. All right, so it's playing back its regular program. At any moment, I can push any of the other ones. The top one is the Hankey just taking a bow. So it paused right there. If I push the button again, now it's taking a bow, which now it can bow forward. Before, it was just on the side. It can bow forward. And another kind of a cool thing is that you can do yes or no questions. Like, I know right here, this button is a no. No. And this button over here is a yes. So you can ask the Hankey questions like, are you purple? No. Are you yellow? Okay, you are yellow. Okay. And the coolest thing about the new Smart Hankey, other than it can have 5 programs, it's completely rechargeable. One of the cool things is how it is programmed. It's so much easier. I kind of call it puppeteer mode now, because before you had to turn little wheels back and forth to make the motion for it to program. So now I'm going to program the last program I have, which is this. And what I do is I hold this button for several seconds. There are lights on here to indicate this, but I've been doing this forever, so now I know about how long it takes. About right there, it's in programming mode. It's getting in ready mode. So I could push it here if I wanted it to start in this mode, or if it's in my box and it's hidden like that. But I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm just going to make a very simple program. I push the button. Anything I do, however fast or however slow I move the Smart Hankey, it remembers that. When I'm done, I push it. So now everything I just did will be played back in real time. It makes it programming to music so much easier. And there's a secret, really cool feature that the Smart Hankey has, and we're going to get right to that. So this is the cool part. This is the part that I'm excited about. Let's say you don't want to use a program. You would like this to be controlled live in a very puppety kind of way. I call it puppety because it kind of looks like a magical Muppet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Let's just say you have someone working with you off stage, and they can see you, and they have one that looks just like this. They can control it live backstage to get some really cool interactions that you cannot get with a program. So whatever this does, that does. So for instance, I can program it this way. I don't have the remote here, but I can program it this way too. So if I'm in programming mode, I can sit there as a spectator and watch it while I'm programming. And it's, as you can see, it's like really close. The other beautiful thing about the Smart Hankey, the slower it moves, like there's absolutely no noise. Now, if it moves really fast like this, you can hear some noise, but it's nowhere near like the Impossible Hank used to be. Now what I'm going to show you is another cool thing. To be able to do this feature, you have to buy 2 of them. Now what's cool about that, let's just say you don't use the live feature. Well, something happens, and maybe it's not working, and of course, I will fix that right away. You have a backup. More than one, because one smart hanky, because this is the master, this is the slave. You pick as many as you want to be the slave, not as many. You can have up to 4, and then this one can be set off with a remote, and 5 can be either doing the exact same thing, or all 5 of them could have their own program. I'll show you that in a second. Now, I do realize that most people are not going to need more than 1 unit. You can just buy 1 unit and you have all the cool features. I've had a couple customers, a couple people in this group that need more than 1 hanky. The old style hanky was like, you know, the Ralph Adam version where it was a mom and a dad and babies and all that kind of stuff. And I get a lot of people wanting that. You can definitely accomplish some of that here with this smart hanky. I wanted you to see everything working together because it is just so cool. Come on, you gotta admit, that is cool. And this is the master, these are the slaves. If you buy 2, any one can be a master or a slave. You just set it up, and that's in the instructions. Each one of these, right now, they're just gonna do the same thing, but each one can play its own program if needed. So if you're going to control 4, you can control 4 with 1 remote, each one of them having a different program. It's possible that we might be able to do it the other way around, but right now this is what it can do. So this is set up like I just showed you. So do you guys think that people should buy this from a place in China that ripped this off? No? Okay. Do you think these guys should maybe buy it from Sean because he's freaking awesome? What do you guys think? Okay, good guys. I appreciate that. Okay. So the main program, I'll push. It's going to do, it's all going to dance together. So you can see it's really, really in sync. It looks really cool. Now here's kind of a cool feature. A really good magician buddy of mine said that you should have it so that one of them would do the opposite of what the other one's doing. So you can do like some love scene stuff. Let me scoot this over a little bit. Love scene stuff, meaning like I'll turn it this way and this one's like this. So now whatever I do here, it's the opposite. Oh, look at the Hankies. They love each other. Oh, Mr. Hankies. So you can get that kind of effect. So if you had 3 of them, you could do this. An offstage assistant could do this for you. Or as long as you have these at the same width, you could also have this on a program. And that is the Smart Hanky.